Alright, for question C, remember that question A, that's the first question, is find the quadratic equation whose roots are -2, -5. B, find the quadratic equation whose roots are 1 and -1/3. And we took those ones. Now we have an interesting one. Find the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha and beta. The quadratic equation whose roots are alpha, beta. Now I want you to understand that alpha stands for a number, any number. Beta stands for any number. So you want to have a general approach, a general way of obtaining the quadratic equation whenever the roots are given. Any roots. Any roots. So we call the roots alpha, beta. I want the quadratic equation to be in X. Let the quadratic equation be in X such that X is equal to alpha, then X is equal to beta. We follow the same rule. If I bring positive alpha here, I'll be having X minus alpha, or bring this here, I'll be having X minus beta equal to 0, equal to 0. With this, I have equal to 0 and I have equal to 0. We connect this. It will give us X minus alpha with X minus beta equal to 0. By expansion, this and this will give us X squared. This and this will give us minus beta X. This and this will give us minus alpha X. This and this will give us positive alpha beta equal to 0. Such that, remember, we normally collect these two and we have X squared. Since we don't know the numbers beta and alpha stand for, we simply factorize. We factorize. X is common here, that's negative X is common. This is the negative. And if I take it from here, I'll be having beta plus alpha into X. Negative X is the HCF of these two terms. So plus alpha beta equal to 0. I factorize out negative X. It is better to write this as negative alpha plus beta, though they are the same thing, plus alpha beta equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha plus beta. Let me say something here. Alpha stands for the first root, beta stands for the second root. Two of them are numbers. Any two numbers which represent the roots. So whenever you are given the roots of a quadratic equation and you are asked to obtain the quadratic equation, all you need to do from this equation is to add the roots. Alpha is a root, beta is a root. So the quadratic equation having them as roots will be X squared negative of the sum of the roots with X plus the product of the roots. Alpha and beta are the roots. All we need to do is to add the two numbers, multiply them, their sum with X, and their product is joined equal to 0. That will take us to stating this formula this way: X squared minus sum of the roots in X plus product of the roots, equal to 0. This is how any quadratic equation whose roots are given would look like. Now we'll take example 1 and example 2, and you will see the difference. The first method is correct, but most of the questions will be easily solved following this pattern. Let's go back very quickly. For number 1, I was asked to find the quadratic equation whose roots are -2 and -5. So if I have -2 minus 5, to obtain the quadratic equation whose roots are -2, -5, you just have to remember that alpha, the first root, is -2, and beta, the second root, is -5. Get only two things. The first one is the sum of the roots, alpha plus beta. This plus this. If I take the sum of this and this, I will have -7. I'm sure that will not be a problem. How I got -7. Then if I take the product of the roots, alpha, beta, multiply -2 and -5, you will have +10. Therefore, the quadratic equation in x would be x squared minus what we got from the sum of roots in x plus what we have from the product of the roots. This will give you x squared. The negative is this negative. This negative is this negative. The sum of the roots gave us another negative number in x plus product of the roots gave 10 equal to 0. Finally, I'm having x squared plus 7x then plus 10 equal to 0. This is the same equation. This is the same equation. Now we look at the second one.